This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, Coast to Coast AM, the History Channel and A&E Networks. Is this the most important video capture ever of a UFO? It just may be. I've always wanted the close-up government shot, and we have it here. This was captured by Jeffrey Boyd Jr., who uploaded this video to YouTube back in August in 2014 when he shot it on his cell phone. Now, you can follow his group, the Independent Research Society, on Facebook. His YouTube channel link is in the description below. Now, we'll get to the video in a second, but I want you to take a close look at this image. It's not a satellite. There's no solar panels. It doesn't look like anything else that we've put into orbit. It certainly looks off-world, but nothing like this has ever been captured before. Now, in this video, you're going to see not one, not two, but actually there is a third object captured, and we'll check that out in slow motion. Here is the original video as it was sent to us.
This is a live NASA feed, and then it's been taking pictures of the ionosphere. Then it zooms on the North Pole. I don't know if it's auto tracking something, and then these come into sight. Don't know what they are, and then it zooms in really close on one. Or no, my picture was, oh yeah, there it is. What the heck was that?
Now, this is in slow motion, and immediately you see the third object right there going from right to left. Now, they're holding formation. They're coming down from the north over the North Pole, and here they start to turn. And as they turn, you see reflections on the top, and you clearly see that they're rectangular. There's no solar panels. And what NASA chooses to do here with the ISS cameras, they focus on the front craft. And then as they zoom back, they choose to focus on the front craft and then zoom in. This happens very, very, very quickly. Watch what happens here. NASA zooms in, and then you see everything. You see shapes. You see the trapezoidal front and back. It is narrower on the top and the bottom, and you see that curious white spot in the middle. Then the screen goes blank. The feed is cut. Now, let's take a closer look at some enlargements and captures from the video. The first thing you see here is the video section and timestamp on the monitor. Next, you can see the view from the ISS showing Italy, the Mediterranean, Northern Europe, and, of course, the North Pole. Here, the ships are just coming out of the clouds. In this next shot, you can see two, and then immediately here, you can see the third object behind the two in formation. Now, you can see that they are traveling south. Now they are starting to turn, and you can see that they are rectangular. Again, rectangular. These aren't saucer-shaped objects. Here they are turning and holding formation. The reflections now are coming up, and you can see that the top of each craft is flat. Now here, as they are starting to turn, you can see definition. This is where NASA now is focusing on the two craft. Focusing on the two craft here, and again, this is where NASA decides to pan to the front craft. I don't know why. As it goes into the dark area, now you can see its true shape and the reflections and that curious white spot in the middle. And then NASA decides to pull back to the two craft again, clearly showing the reflections on the top of the craft, still holding formation. And then they zoom back to the front craft. And very quickly, as they zoom in, you can see the definition. And here, for the first time, we have a close-up of a UFO. It's got a trapezoidal end. It's wider on the bottom than it is on the top. What is the white area in the middle? Now, as we look at this, we have to stop and wonder exactly what we are seeing here. This isn't anything that the government has presented to us that we are putting in space and that is orbiting? Could it be evidence of the Black Knight satellite? That is another interesting take on this, but there are two. Also, this was in a polar orbit. This came from the North Pole, went over Europe, and then headed west, holding formation. And then at this point, the screen goes blank, followed with this message and the NASA logo. What can we get from this screen? What information here is important? We have names, we have partial phone numbers, but what we don't have is a video number or date. So now let's take a look at this one more time in slow motion. Here the craft come down, they're heading south, they're holding formation, they head over northern Europe, they start to turn west, again holding formation. NASA zooms in on the front craft, pulls back, shows the two craft again, and for some reason they wanted to focus on the front craft. It happened so quick in real time that we have to hold this in slow motion. This is truly one of the most important videos ever. Is this our government hiding something from us? This is a video captured by NASA of something visiting planet Earth. In these days of disclosure, this could be the most important video ever released. I'm Jimmy Church of Fade to Black and Coast to Coast AM, the History Channel, and A&E Networks. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we broadcast live Monday through Thursday at jimmychurchradio.com. 7 p.m. Pacific, Fade to Black. Go Beckley Teppy.